Hello, Gemini. Welcome. Take a seat and relax. There is nothing you need to do in this present moment except to relax and enjoy your reading. And to start your reading off, Gemini, we have card number 25. This card has been showing up a lot for people lately. So this card is my Professor Copperfield's Miracle Legumes. This is my do with what you have card. So Dwight, in this episode, in this scene, well, in this whole episode, he goes from a thumbtack all the way up to a telescope. And then he trades Jim his telescope for some miracle legumes, for some magic beans. So the important part here is that he didn't start out with a lot. He didn't start out with a bunch of fancy tools. He didn't start out with expensive items to sell or trade. He started out with a thumbtack. And he took things moment by moment, slowly started upgrading, slowly started getting better and better things, and he ended up with a telescope. So either this could take a while, right? This could take a lot of moments to moments, day by day, take things day by day, but this also happened within one day. He literally went from a thumbtack to a telescope in one single day. And I usually never say that when I talk about this card. So I think this is special for you, Gemini. This can literally happen in one day, where you go from something, from almost nothing, all the way up to something spectacular, something special, something that you're really going to enjoy, something that you've wanted for a long time. Things can happen in one single day. I think your mindset is going to be important for this. A mindset of not feeling like you lack, but the mindset of I have exactly what I need and I am going to get exactly what I need. So focus on that mindset. 2 of Cups and what is this, the 8? 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of Swords. Okay, so 2 of Cups is relationships, right? The emotions. The cups are about the emotions. So this is like we are all different and we are all alone, but there is still something that connects us all, and that is emotions. You know, things that other people do affect our emotions, right? We are connected. That is how we are connected, by our emotions. So the 2 of Cups is all about love. This is all about a loving relationships. It is literally your love, but not just love. It's also friendship relationships, family relationships, any type of relationship, anything that connects you to everybody else, because we are all connected. We are all technically one, even though we are all singular, lonely human beings. Ooh. So we have the 8 of Swords here. Okay, so back to what I was saying about this card, right? She has a blindfold on. She feels like she has nothing. She can't see all of these swords that are surrounding her. But she still feels lonely. She feels like there is nobody there with her, and that she has nothing because she's not opening her eyes and looking around and saying, whoa, I'm actually not lonely. I actually have quite a bit of things. Look at that, I have 8 swords. So there's something that you aren't aware of, but it's there. You just have to be open to seeing it. And since the Two of Cups is right next to it, then it has to deal with some sort of relationship, some sort of connectedness, some sort of love that is there, but you don't want to see it. You would rather put a blindfold on and say that you are lacking. But you are not lacking. You have 8 swords. You have 2 cups. You have relationships all around you. There are people who would like to help. There is love here. Moment to moment. Interesting, right? We said this could happen in a singular day. So you can go from this lacking mentality, this lacking perspective, this lacking point of view, and you can go straight towards love, towards I literally have everything that I need, and I am surrounded by love. I am surrounded by relationships that nourish me. And this can happen in a singular day just by taking that blindfold off. It can happen in 2 seconds. So why are we not wanting to see this? Awareness, ooh, and experiencing. Okay, so awareness, right? We gotta be aware of it because she is not aware. She wants her blindfold on. She feels stuck. She is lacking. But all she has to do is be aware. Be aware, look around, see things for what they are instead of seeing things through our perspective. And we have 3 of Wands here, experiencing. So I think I'm going to read out of this booklet for this 3 of Wands. I don't know why, but I want to. I have that feeling. Something inside of me is aware that you need to listen to something that is in this 3 of Wands, that is in this book. See, this is how we can start, right? So I have a feeling, I have something that's nudging me towards this. I don't know what it is. It is invisible, but it is my soul inside that is aware of something that I am not. Okay, so that's how we can start, right? If I was lacking, I would be like, I don't know why this 3 of Wands is here, and I don't know anything, and I don't want to even look in the book because I am lacking, and I don't want to. Okay, experiencing. 3 of Wands, 3 of Fire, action. An experience is something that can be filed away in a notebook or captured on film and posted into an album. Experiencing is the feeling of wonder itself, the thrill of communion, the gentle touch of our connectedness with all that surrounds us. Cool. So that word came up, connectedness. I was literally talking about we are all connected somehow. So a gentle touch of our connectedness with all that surrounds us. So you really feel disconnected from your environment, Gemini. Why do you feel that way? The woman in this card is not just touching this tree. She is in communion with it. She has almost become one with it. It is an old tree and has seen many hard times. Her touch is gentle, reverent, and the white on the inside of her cape reflects the purity of her heart. She is humble, simple, and that is the right way to approach nature. Nature doesn't bang any drums when it bursts forth into flower, nor play any dirges when the trees let go of their leaves in the fall. But when we approach her in the right spirit, she has many secrets to share. If you haven't heard nature whispering to you lately, now is a good time to give her the opportunity. Okay, so maybe you feeling disconnected to your environment. It's not let's try to not see it as a negative thing. Maybe you literally just disconnected yourself to the environment so that you could stop listening to all of the noise from your environment, and so that you can become a little more silent. And the more silent you are, the more we can hear nature's whisper. So try to see it that way, because there is still love here. There is love here. We just gotta be aware. And we can't be aware if we aren't trying to listen, because nature whispers and nature doesn't bang any drums. Nature isn't loud. Nature is quiet. Nature is whispering. And it's whispering because like if you are trying to help somebody else, right, you can't force them to help themselves. You can't force help upon them. You know, if that person doesn't want to help themselves, then they're just going to reject, right? They're going to be like this person. They're going to reject everything that could help them because they don't believe in it. They don't want it right now, right? They want to soak themselves in whatever is happening. But when somebody actually wants to help themselves, then that is the only place and opportunity where others can help that person, when that person actually wants to help themselves. You can't force help onto somebody else. They gotta want to help themselves. And so that nature knows that. That's why nature doesn't bang any drums. Nature doesn't try to force you to help. Nature whispers, because nature knows that if you do really want help, you will become quiet. You will become more receptive. You will become open to any suggestions, any help from your environment. And okay, so there's something about that in the situation that you are in. Ace of Wands, cool. Love to see the Ace of Wands and death. Change, cool. Yeah, all right. Ace of Wands is potential. She sees no potential. But we ended this reading with as pure potential as you can get. The Wands is the starting element, right? The Wands is the spirit, that spark, you know, that spark that ignites you to chase your passion. That is what is at the end of this reading here. The spark that sparks love, okay? And death. Death is good. Death means change, right? Death, especially when we are going through a moment like this, death is good, right? Change is good. Death is not always bad. Death comes when we most need it, right? Change comes when we most need it. We are eternal beings. Imagine doing the same thing over and over and over for the rest of your life. No, right? Imagine the universe being in the same season for forever, right? Imagine it being always summer, or imagine it being always winter. You know, that would honestly kind of suck. You know, we would eventually get bored of it. We would eventually just be doing the same thing every day for the rest of our lives. So what does nature do? What does the universe do? Well, it causes change, right? One of my favorite seasons is fall, is autumn, because how beautiful the colors, you know, oh wow. I didn't even look at that, experiencing, right? Look, they're going through a fall, they're going through a death, right? How beautiful it is when the leaves change color. Well, what's really happening is that the leaves are dying. That's why they're changing color, because they're falling, you know. But how beautiful that death is, right? How beautiful it is when the leaves are changing colors. So death is very beautiful. Change can be very beautiful. And we have all the potential in the world here as well. I almost don't feel like saying anything else. I feel like whatever I said hopefully gets you to where it is that you need and want to go. Alright, we'll get some last bit of words of advice here though. We have number 23, beautiful. This is my everything that you want in life you get. You already did the hard part. You are alive. And maybe even death is the one saying yes. I have on my descriptions of each card, I have this quote from life. But here, maybe it's death saying this, you know. You already did the hard part. You are alive. And just for being alive, you deserve everything that you truly desire. Right? Just the same with Waite. He only had a thumbtack to start, but he deserved everything that he desired. And he ended up with something amazing. And so will you. We just got to be open to it. We just got to be receptive. We just got to be aware. And Kevin is saying here, why say lot word? when fewer do trick. Why make things more complicated than they seem? Because let's just be straight to the point. Let's just use as few words as we can, because life is a lot more simple. We just are the ones that make it more complicated. Let's enjoy this change. Let's enjoy what we have, and let's enjoy this potential. Let's enjoy our surroundings. Enjoy. Why say lot word when fewer do trick? Interesting. That happened twice. I wonder why. Okay. Well, yeah, I really hope this reading helped. If it did help, please help me as well by leaving a like, a comment, and subscribe if you would like to keep hanging out, as this is a safe place where we try to figure life out together. So thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.